Our class met first on Facebook. We talked about different articles, we posted things, bounced comments off of each other. It was very interesting hearing from the Indian students and finding out what their opinions were, along with the instructors kind of bringing a new level to the discussion, giving us questions, encouraging us to think further. But the true experience really came whenever we came together in class, both of us on Skype, and we sat down and both of us gave presentations, the India class on Tibet and our class on gender and gender relations, gender roles in the United States. I think the coolest part of our discussion was getting to ask the students questions afterwards, asking them about personal experiences. For example, one of the students had actually fled from Tibet, and he gave us his experience on leaving the country, trying to find a place for himself in India, going to the Tibetan Autonomous Region. All of that was just amazing to hear about his struggles and how far he had come, and I can't even imagine my own self in his shoes.
Through the International Studies program, I've been able to learn a lot more than I've ever learned about South Asia in particular. These two different discussion groups led us into Skype discussions that allowed us to speak face-to-face, one-on-one with each other, which was an amazing feeling to put a face to the name and a name to the face, and then realize that the struggle is real by the Tibetan community.
I was born in Tibet and came to India at the age of 11, for a better study of Tibetan language and cultures. Today I'm here to speak on behalf of Tibetans in Tibet whose cries go unheard. I'm here to speak how the life of a person whose country is occupied and living without freedom.
Hi, so I was curious. India has created an autonomous region for Tibetans, but have they gone any further in helping, like arguing with the government of China on behalf of the Tibetans, or is this just kind of all, of course it's a great thing that they have done, but is there any more that they have done?
In a way, they always try to look after Tibetans, but due to their own sort of, this global governmental level, it is so, there are so much politics, and since every Indians, they also have lots of problems, the gap between rich and poor, corruptions, and there are a lot of problems in India itself. So
Nehru has committed a great mistake, big mistake, like he said that Tibet is a part of China. That is the greatest or biggest mistake that has ever done by the Prime Minister Nehru. That is a reality.
Yes, so, I think that, thank you for bringing that up, because I think that is an important, point. Yes, if there is, any governmental level diplomatic talks between the Indian government and the Chinese government about, the Tibet issue, and has that issue been raised at the governmental level between India to get the rights of the Tibetan people?
So if there is no government or administration who look over the Tibetan people, then all the Tibetans will be scattered all over the world. So we will lose our identity with our culture and our language as well. So right now, we are within the five decades, exiled Tibetan government has totally fight against the Chinese. So we have changed several kinds of policies. Like right now, we are pursuing after the policy of middle way, that is to seeking for a genuine autonomous region within or under the Chinese government, because the Tibetan population is really, according to China and according to India, Tibetan is so less. We have only 6 million people. So China has billions and billions of people, so how can we fight for them?
something that I found that was interesting that is an occurrence in both India and the US is the idea of when a man and a woman get married, the woman leaves her family to be accepted into the male's family, in that, like, in the US you take on the male's name and go and live with him typically. And one of my questions for you all after we're all done would be what kind of marriage traditions you guys have, and whether it would be similar to the usual Indian traditions.
So I want to ask question that what kind of impact did you guys experience becoming child of a divorced family? So I want just to know your feelings. What do you have gone through becoming a child of a divorced family? That's all.
Hi. So my parents divorced when I was very young. I was only 4 years old. So I don't really remember much. I do remember them having a lot of shouting matches when my father would get home from work. I can say that although it's affected me, I only see my father once every few months, mostly of a personal preference, but it hasn't really affected me greatly. I know that if my parents had stayed together, there would probably have been some worse consequences than just getting a divorce. I'm not sure what else to say about that.
You know what the good news is about being divorced? You get two homes. The child gets two homes. Sometimes he's with the father, sometimes he's with the mother. So maybe there's something positive.
Like, there's just like a lot of little things that a lot of different communities are doing to voice that they find it socially acceptable and that they want more equal rights.
Yeah, so it's the same in both the countries. Both are struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So what about you guys? You guys think, yeah, they should accept it, and yeah. So for me, I think I accept, because they also have opinions for whatever they want to do. So I think, in my view, I think I accept. But what about you guys?
Are we accepting of transgender people?
Well, yeah. Are you cool with the transgender thing?
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm not personally transgender, but I wouldn't. I don't. Because like I wouldn't be violent, or I would try not to discriminate against somebody who they are. You know, whether it's gender or whatever. You know, I don't think. I personally think that it's okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's what I was going to touch on.
So to conclude, I would like to thank my friends and all of you guys, and especially Sonia Kapoor and the technician. It's been a great month.
I'll see you on Facebook.
We'll keep in touch on Facebook.
I'll see you. Call me.
That would cost a lot of money.
Yeah, on Skype. Call me on Skype. I'll see you.
Bye. Bye.
Soyala shujena choterela nobumena kande hey sundale muso zang 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 zang